Today, we find that the seeds planted by the pre-Socratics have blossomed into a full tree. The questions the pre-Socratics posed about the ultimate reality are still being asked. Scientists look for the basic building block of physical reality. Others propose that the center is God or truth. Every generation, every person should ask the question and formulate an answer. But asking about the ultimate reality isn't the only philosophical concern. Every philosophy textbook presents the branches of philosophy a little differently, but the general ideas are the same. Let's take a look at the way Palmer, the author of Does the Sinner Hold?, presents the tree. Modern philosophy has three main branches: epistemology, ontology, and axiology. Epistemology is the study of knowledge. Epistemological questions include: what is knowledge? How is knowledge different from opinion or faith? Do different cultures have different models of knowledge? Do women have a different model of knowledge than men? Included in epistemology is logic, which seeks to distinguish between good thinking and poor thinking. Have you taken a composition class or a public speaking class? If you have, you've probably studied fallacies. Fallacies are mistakes in thinking. If you've never heard of fallacies or syllogisms, be sure to look at the logic section in Chapter 1 of the textbook. Next, we have ontology and metaphysics. While many philosophers make a distinction between ontology and metaphysics, we will say they are more or less the same thing. If you are interested in the distinction, point your web browser to the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy and do a search for metaphysics. Anyway, ontology and metaphysics study the nature and structure of reality. Ontological questions include: what is real and what is illusion? How do we tell the difference? What is reality made of? Is reality physical? Is reality mental? Is it both? Is it, as Anaximander would have it, made out of some nameless stuff? Questions about God's existence and related religious issues are included in this branch of philosophy. Asking questions about religion is often called theology, or the philosophy of religion. Then there's the question of artificial intelligence, a question our culture finds fascinating. This can be seen in a number of movies about cyborgs and robots. Terminator, The Matrix, iRobot. Can you think of more? Third, axiology is the study of values, and is an umbrella term for studying different kinds of values. Axiology includes ethics, social and political philosophy, and aesthetics. Ethics is the study of morality, of right and wrong. Ethics concerns establishing and applying moral principles. Social and political philosophy examine questions of justice, fairness, distribution of goods and services, and duties in groups. It also asks about what powers are legitimately used by the government, and about what authorizes the government in the first place. Aesthetics is the philosophy of art. It asks questions about how to define art, and what function art serves. We'll examine each of the major branches: epistemology, ontology, and axiology. Still, this class is an introduction to philosophy, so we will not study these branches comprehensively. We'll establish the basics, and examine some of the influential ideas and arguments in each branch to prepare you for a lifelong search for wisdom. Philosophy isn't something you learn. It is something you practice. It isn't something you find. It is something you search for. Socrates understood that. But before I tell you about that rock star of a philosopher, take some time to examine Palmer's presentation of philosophy's branches in Chapter 1 of your textbook.